Yeah, I mean, I think that that's all fine for the episode. The AMC thing, I think it'd be fun. It was kind of weird. Katie and I went to a movie on Monday, and to think that like we could be walking past like my name and Kara's name and our name like
Yeah,
on a theater, like that
yeah.
could be really weird and surreal and fun.
Uh, well, the more I research this,
Mm-hmm.
if we can hit our dates, the more likely it is because it's
Mm-hmm.
all a matter of can we prove that we're going to drive traffic?
Yeah.
And, the marketing plan we have is pretty sound, but it's also a matter of going, our strategy is we're going to go in a theater, whether it's an AMC or
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else,
Yeah.
and we're going to do micro targeting 20 miles around,
Mm-hmm.
leading up to and then during that window of time.
Yep.
So, we will drive as much
Mm-hmm.
traffic as we can.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be super cool. Yeah,
Um,
Katie and I went to go see Rental Family on
how was
Monday.
that? Was that good?
It was very good. I can appreciate why it's having a little bit of difficulty because it's not really doesn't really conform to any genre.
Okay.
It's kind of a foreign film. It's kind of a, you know, emotional, pseudo tearjerker. It's kind of a introspective art piece. Like it's a lot of a bunch of different things.
Okay.
Brendan Fraser is great, of course. His co-stars are fantastic. Um, like it's a really solid movie. Um,
Okay.
and the really fun part is, a good buddy of mine co-wrote it from college,
Really?
Stephen Blayhut.
Wow. Did you reach
I
out to him?
know. Hell yeah! I messaged him on Facebook and was like, "Dude, I took my wife on a date to go see your movie. It was great.
And what did he say?
Thanks. Good to hear
That's
from
awesome.
you. Love to catch up the next time you're around. Yeah, we spent many a night in Westchester University, where we didn't remember much that morning. But yeah, no, good friend. It was really fun to kind of see his name up there, and to think that we'll be having our names up there shortly too.
I think there's probably now no better way to open the podcast. So,
There may not be.
welcome to the 22nd episode of the Big Damn Podcast, the monthly behind the scenes
Mm.
sneak peek into our production and distribution company, Big Damn Films.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. And this episode, we even get to talk about our own production, not just
Yeah,
somebody else's.
yeah. This is like,
Arbor Day, the
I'm
root of
listening to you
evil.
tell that. I'm listening to you tell that story, and I'm like, this is probably the most like perfect segue possible.
That was the thing. Like, when I did some of my other podcasts, like eventually those organic openings just came and it was just like, oh, boom, we're already going. Let's just hit it.
Well, what cracks me up is that like
Hmm.
not only is it like a story of you going, "Oh, hey, my friend did this," but like
Yeah.
you're now defining what networking is like in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, "Hey, I went and saw your movie. Here comes mine." Like,
Yep.
so that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. So it is now November 26th.
Yep.
We have officially finished production of Arbor Day, The Root of Evil.
We have.
We are 95% done Brooks short,
Mm-hmm.
90% done John Johnson's short.
Oh, cool.
Um, yeah, we would have been 100%, but I did the dumb thing, which is forgetting to hit save during the process, and I lost about 4 hours worth of work last
Oh,
night.
that'll do it.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it looks fucking
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah, everything has looked great. I mean, even just the clips that you strung together on the timeline look amazing.
Yeah. And that's with a very simple LUT, like a
Mm-hmm.
color correction. Like that's not full color correction.
Oh, no, no,
That's
no.
just,
Yeah.
panoramic bars and a simple LUT.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what's fascinating to me about this is that
Yeah.
after spending 10 years, like with a pregnant pause in my
Mm-hmm.
filmmaking career, career,
Career.
Yes, I'm only still 6 months out of a stroke, folks, so bear with me. Uh, it's weird. It's like we haven't missed a step.
Nope.
It's everybody's like, oh, yeah. I talked to Elliot, who plays the driver
Hmm.
in Arbor Day, the Root of Evil, and I told him like where we're at. He's like, holy shit. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you're like done 2/3 of the movie or 1/3 of the movie. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
beauty of being unemployed. Like, but also like it's also really cool to we've gone
Hmm.
through. This will be Brooke's fourth round of edits,
Okay.
which means after this round she's done. Not because
Okay.
there's a deadline, but because
Because
there's nothing
you
else
can
to
only
do.
edit so more at that point. Yeah.
Right. And she's super happy.
Good.
Uh, John's is 90% done. I started a little
Hmm.
bit of Joe Raffa's. I started a
Okay.
little bit of Carrie's. Um, so I do this really weird thing of like you see the timeline that I put in order, right?
Right. Right.
So I go through and I put the timeline in order by scene. So for
Hmm.
like Brooks, there's an hour's worth of footage, right? And then I'll watch it all the way through,
Yep.
just like a regular movie. And I'll make notes of what scenes I liked and where the performance was good or where there's a continuity issue. And
Sure.
then I'll edit in reverse. So like
From the end of the
Brooks,
movie to the beginning.
yeah. So the
Yeah.
Brooks is like scenes 1 through 17, right?
Hmm.
So then I'll go back to 17 and I'll do 17 and then I'll do 16 and then I'll close the gap and then I'll do 15 and close the
Oh,
gap
interesting.
because I want to find. And John's is the biggest problem child of this,
Hmm.
is that there are scenes where actors are doing two different things depending on the take.
Okay.
So like the code is on halfway in one, the code is on not at all in another take.
Hmm.
But in the end scene, are they fully dressed or halfway dressed? So it's going backwards. I can line up the previous take to match what the end take is instead of
Hmm.
trying to fix it in reverse. Which means like when I say I'm 90% done, like I'm only missing like the first 3 minutes of John's.
Yeah.
And John's is going to clock in around 11 minutes, which is nice.
Oh, nice. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Good deal.
and the throwing scene looks amazing.
You have to give the credit to the actors there because they
Anthony
went
and Anthony.
beyond whole hog
Yeah.
into the in excitement and enjoyment of performing those stunts.
I wish I would have gotten footage of Anthony H just throwing himself at a tree 4 times.
I was just about to say that. Yes, I wish we had that camera rolling because that was just yeah, no words.
It's like watching a toddler on chocolate milk. Like just
Yep.
he's like, okay, we're gonna and boom. Oh, did you miss
Yep.
that? I'm gonna do it again. Boom. And then like and he's wearing pads underneath, so he's protecting.
Hmm.
Still,
Hmm.
full throwing his whole body
But
at a
still,
tree.
like, oh yeah, the yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And I can talk about that because like that scene does not appear in the movie, so I'm not giving anything away.
No, no,
Uh,
there's no scene. Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's nuts. Like it's insane.
Hmm.
We finished the movie. How do you
We
feel?
finished a movie.
This is your first Big
I
Damn Films being on the other side of the table all the way through.
First time all the way through. That's true. Um, it feels good. I'm glad my beard is back. I
For a
missed
couple
it
months.
for a couple months. I That was a little surreal. Kind of being without it for a while, but I can now recognize myself in the mirror again, so that's a plus.
Every once in a while, iPhone's like, "Hey, remember last month when you did this?" And it's a picture of
Hmm.
you without the beard. And I'm like, "I don't know
That's
who that is."
Oh no, there are some where I still have this complete disassociation of not being able to like recognize that it's me. And it was even more awkward when I was like actually staring at myself taking the picture in the mirror and I couldn't recognize myself. And that just, yeah,
I
anyway.
I will never forget Mia coming in the house for the first time, and
Yep.
she couldn't look at you.
Nope.
She's like, she's like, "That's more scary than the bad guy."
Pretty much. Yeah, they didn't care. The makeup, that was cool. Me without a beard? Not happening.
And she's like, "Nope, I'm done."
But I mean,
Uh,
that's all she's ever known her whole life, so
well,
crazy.
yeah,
But it
yeah,
was good. No, it was good. It was exhausting to be sure. I think I think having, all the different roles that we all had to play certainly added to um, some of the tiredness that we all felt, to be sure. But it was great. And it was not only just the first time, with Big Damn Films, but it was like, I mean, this went from us spitballing a, hey, what if we did, what if we made a character, to making a character, to filming it, to being done with it in less than 4 months.
not even that. It
Not
went
even?
from what if we created our own Bigfoot documentaries about New Jersey
Yeah.
because they're super. We were trying to find something easy for me to do during my stroke recovery,
Hmm.
uh, and like we were coming across these AI generated to be Bigfoot documentaries, and we're like, we could do that, and then I'm like, well, if we're gonna fucking research it, like we could do multiples. We could do the
Hmm.
Abbott House, and we could do, and somewhere along the line, it's like, fuck it, why don't we just do our own? And I'm like,
Yeah.
and then
And then we.
we get to the book
Hmm.
that inspired the movie.
Yep.
Uh, and if you are a podcast listener, you're missing out. You're gonna have to go
Mm,
watch the video. It's the prop from the film.
yeah.
So, which literally has fooled three locals.
That's awesome.
Like they're like, "Oh, that's a real book," and I'm like, "No,
No.
but
Not
yes,
not yet.
yeah." Uh,
Um,
but this is your first time being the lead bad guy throughout a picture.
I mean, it's the first time being lead anything, quite frankly. I found redemption when we did that, just as kind of a background extra type thing. Even, you know, Zcon, I didn't really do. Actually, I wasn't in
You
front of the camera for anything there.
you had a kid,
I just had my first child, yes. So I was
yeah.
otherwise distracted, to be sure. Um, Even the proof of concept, though, I wasn't in front of the camera, or
No,
Velma or any of it. So yeah, this is definitely the first time in. And look, I'm one of the main reasons I agreed to it was, quite frankly, because I had no lines and all I had to do was kill people. If
and
there
it was
were a lot of,
cheaper to hire you than hire someone else.
it was cheaper to hire me. And I promised to defer everything, so we didn't even have to pay me up front.
A true COO leadership.
Yes. Yep, yep. Take it all on the back end. Um, so I mean, there was I guess initially there was a naive kind of like, all right, it's cheaper to do it this way. I can do
Yeah,
this. Like, yes, I can go kill a few people, fine. But, the longer I kind of sat with it, and then I think once we got to set, the more I actually started thinking a little bit of the legacy of Mike Myers and Jason and Freddy and Candyman and all of these iconic um, people who, like, I'm not even a horror fan and I know all their names. I could, pick out their image anywhere. And I think a lot of people probably could. And to the gravity of what we're potentially building kind of started to feel like it was weighing on me a little bit of, all right, it's not just, I'm cheap and I don't have to talk, but what does it actually mean to be that kind of a character and
right.
to have that kind of a recognition? And that's something I'm still, I think, grappling and kind of wrestling with understanding of, but something that
Gonna have to deal with
has been
really quickly.
an interesting part of this process. Yeah.
I will say the credit goes to you, Brooke, and Haley. Like
Mm,
that is a full team effort. Um, and like I got to give major props to Haley because she
yep.
was changing things on the fly. Like the arborist's look changed in 24 hours drastically,
Yep.
and that's 100% to her credit. Like
Yep.
she, you know, look, to your point of we've put this together in 5 months, not even 5 months,
Not even. Yeah.
3 months. If you really want to do it, like I sat and did the math earlier today. It was
Hmm.
about 3.5 months from the first time we talked about it to filming, because it's been a
It's
month
crazy.
since,
Hmm.
right? Like we had my 5th month anniversary of having a stroke right
Hmm.
before we started filming.
Yep. Yep.
So it's been 30 days from that point to now.
Hmm.
Uh like 30 days ago we were filming, what's the 26th? We were doing Joe Raffa's.
Yeah.
Um and look, I took all the notes of, like, you're 6'3", you have a slight athletic build, you
Hmm.
were going with a flat cap rather than a fedora, or
Yep.
the initial idea was that it would be like a construction cap, right?
Right.
Like one
Right.
of
Like
those
a
old
hard hat kind of a thing. Yeah.
hard hat kind of a thing, like the old timey ones.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and like that's where all the previs came out.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the previs, and I'm looking at what we have, and we're like damn fucking close,
Yeah, we were.
except for the sleeves.
Except I know, but look, that's our fault for shooting spring in late fall.
No, everything dies on Arbor Day. Okay.
Yes, everything does die in Arbor Day, including the feeling in my arms if those sleeves weren't down.
Yeah. Look. Artistically, do I wish the sleeves were up? They'll be
Sure.
up in the second one.
Absolutely. And we'll
You
shoot the
know.
second one at a better time.
Right. The if Arbor Day wasn't in April, we could have filmed it in March. The
Mm-hmm.
campground doesn't open until the middle of June.
There you go.
Um,
There you go. We'll start filming the second one before we release this one. Sorry, I should have waited till after you took a swallow.
oh, you almost, I almost had coffee everywhere, which is bad because the hard drive containing the arborist is
Yeah, we don't want that.
right. Yeah,
Mm.
no, I mean honestly, like Edwin's like, when are we filming again? Okay, I'm like, we're gonna do some pickup shots for
Mm-hmm.
March. He's like, great, I want to do it. What else are we gonna do? I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
Um,
We
look,
gotta keep this train
everybody,
rolling.
for the most part, everybody had a good time. That is
Yeah,
not to say that this was a perfect shoot.
of course
There
not.
was some challenges and
Mm-hmm.
headaches and days where
Mm-hmm.
people were really unhappy. Uh, or a day where there was people that was really unhappy. And I'm glad that day was my day, because,
Right.
with the exception of one, for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, like all directors had a perfect shoot. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, everybody had a great experience for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're not going to focus on the negative because 99% of this is super positive.
No. And even
And
anything that was negative has been in the process of or completely turned around anyway. So
correct.
they were, incidental things, not long lingering things.
Yeah. And overall,
Mm-hmm.
we filmed a movie in 7 days,
Yeah.
a feature length film
Feature length film,
in seven
7 days.
days.
Yep.
Because I was looking at our times, like
Mm-hmm.
Brooks now comes in a little over 8 minutes.
Okay.
There's like a 2 to 3 minute interstitial in between.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's John's, which is at 11 minutes, and a
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 minute interstitial in between.
Right.
And that, you know, I I'm looking at the amount of volume, like we're easily going to crest 85 minutes.
Great. It's perfect.
Um, especially with Brooks' new note of like, I'd like to
Mm-hmm.
add another piece of bit right here. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and honestly, man, like our
Mm-hmm.
credits are going to be super short
Yep.
because
There
there's
were only so many people who worked on this.
33. There
Yep.
was 33 total people, and that includes the three financiers besides you and
Mm-hmm.
I.
Mm-hmm.
That includes two thank you credits for
Yep.
Brett and Mascot,
Yep.
like, and Luis, who did pre-production stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
our cast is a total of 13 people. Our crew, not much more than that. Like it's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yep.
Uh, all right, so let's talk lessons learned. Like
Okay.
Well, this will be Mike and Logan's postmortem before we do one with the team.
Yeah.
So, besides proving that we could film a movie in under three
Mm-hmm.
months, which very much reminds me of, like, I don't know if you know the history of Tusk by Kevin Smith.
No, I don't.
Um, so he had talked about retirement. He talked about he had the Smodcast with his Clerks producer
Mm-hmm.
Scott Mosier, and they were talking and randomly came across like this Canadian news article about a guy that's like, you can live in my house rent free, but you have to dress as a walrus.
Hmm.
And then on the podcast, he's like, if you guys want to see us make a movie about this, uh, tweet walrus yes.
Okay.
And they only got one walrus no, and the guy's response for saying why is like somebody had to say no. Like
Oh,
he's like, I would have said yes, but somebody had to say no.
yeah.
And Kevin Smith made Tusk,
Okay.
so which is a really weird, fucking out of the box
Mm-hmm.
horror movie about a guy who goes to interview somebody in Canada
Mm-hmm.
for his podcast and ends up getting stuck in a walrus costume and stuck there for life because the guy dies.
Wow.
And Justin Long is the walrus.
Oh,
So,
okay.
uh, and Michael Parks is the bad guy, and Haley Joe Osment is the podcast partner, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's great. But like again, like this, that whole thing
Mm-hmm.
started from a podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and as I listened to that, I'm like, retrospectively, that was fun to listen to and experience as a Kevin Smith fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that I'm on the other side of our filming and I'm editing it, I'm not going to lie
Mm-hmm.
to you. Today in this podcast is the first time I've thought about the parallels between that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
a lesson learned is maybe we need to give things a little bit more
A little bit more time. I think that would be good. Yeah. Um, and I think everything kind of comes to finding that sweet spot between time, but not procrastinating. It's like we could be, we could have a little bit more time to have, all the financing lined up and the checks clear before filming. um, would be cool, I
time. Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That sort of thing. And to, have everybody lined up and everything taken care of, before a week before filming as far as cast or crew or things, but also not trying to make it perfect before we start. Like it's really finding that I won't say gray area, but like green area of
Right.
like enough time to get all the true pre-prep stuff that really needs to be done, but not so long that like you've already onto something else in your head or you've lost the fire to kind of get it done.
And I think that's honestly, I'm glad, as much as I wish we'd done things a little bit differently.
Hmm.
I'm glad we focused on keeping the fire
Yeah.
alive. Um, because
Hmm.
it was a long time coming to get to a point of making something new. Like we did the
Yeah.
37-hour film festival and that was fun.
Yeah.
But like I still had this, Zcon weight on my shoulder.
Hmm.
But then as we started looking at these documentary ideas, and as we started fleshing out this idea, like that
Hmm.
spark was there of like, oh, this could be like I got
Yeah.
as excited for this as I did for browncoats. Like I
Hmm.
had that, you know, um nothing's impossible kind of feeling. Like with
Yeah.
Zcon, I had that feeling of like, I know we can do this. We've done this once before. But
Yeah.
like I think the 10-year period in between allowed me to kind of go back to that, like not first time filmmaker because I've been doing this for a long time, but like that feeling of like, oh
Hmm.
shit, like let's just, we have a barn, let's put on a show.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, and I will also say, like you mentioned, like waiting until we had the perfect people, literally until days before,
Yeah.
like we had cast that or crew that would come on and drop off. We had a
Yep.
whole issue with SAG where we lost 4 people
Hmm.
3 weeks before filming.
Yeah.
Um, and look, this is SAG's rule, and I'm not saying anything negative about SAG, but
No.
when your budget is below $50,000, them tacking on another 10 to 11 just to put in an equity folder in case you don't pay people, like that means small, low budget films can't hire SAG people
Yeah.
because the SAG rate applies to every actor.
Mhm.
We only had two actors. One's a voice actor, one was an in person.
Mhm.
We had one stunt SAG actor, and we had one stunt coordinator,
Yeah.
and we had to let them all go
Yep.
because that would add $12,000 to our budget just to get that back in like 6 months' time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you're being scrappy, like if I had $12,000 to put this production,
Mhm.
it wouldn't be to put it on hold for
No.
6 months.
No.
It
It
would have
wouldn't be to
been,
throw it in their escrow. It would be to actually make the film better.
or just hire more people,
Yeah.
right? Better is kind of fluid in this case because better
Mhm.
could have been a couple PAs, better could have been a focus puller, better could have
Yep.
been a secondary hand in makeup for Haley, or
Mhm.
costuming for Brooke, or
Yeah.
sound. Like I ended up running sound the last 3 days.
Right. Right.
Um, and I have no problem. Like you and I are the kind of people that if it's a
Yeah.
matter of just picking up our broom and getting it done, we get it done.
Yep.
But if we could have afforded, if that
Oh,
11 to
absolutely.
$12,000 was just randomly there,
Mhm.
we could have paid more people. We could have had a
Yep.
bigger crew. Um, Fortunately, all those people that we had to let go, they're friends. So like
Right.
we'll
They
find
understood.
opportunities. Yeah. And we were super transparent through the entire thing.
Oh, yeah.
And even Guy, like we got Jennifer Kay, who
Mhm.
was in John Johnson's, because of Guy
Yep.
Wellman, who we had to let go.
Oh, yeah.
We got Jeff Gums, our stunt coordinator, because we had to let
Mhm.
Daniel Mascot go, or
Right.
Mascarella go. You know, um, and it's not for and Mascot brought us, I think, both Anthony's
I think so,
of
yeah.
our stunt guys.
Yeah.
Um, so like it's not like we weren't flush with people at periods of
Mhm.
time.
Totally.
One of the other areas is like we were trying to scramble to get our first AD. Like we
Mhm.
had somebody that was possible, but it's Hollywood, so like most people are, they're going literally from one
Yeah.
job to the next, and
Yeah, yeah.
the schedule didn't line up, and we got lucked out. And we got Amanda Katz,
Mhm.
who this was her first narrative, first AD role.
Right.
Um, she killed it,
Yeah, she did.
and yeah, I mean, do I wish we had four more people? Yeah. Is there
Mhm.
ways that we could have made this better with four more people? Sure.
Sure.
Would it have changed the quality that much? I don't think so.
No.
Quality is amazing.
No. It wouldn't have changed the quality of the film that much. It might have, made our lives behind the camera kind of a little bit easier and less time to recover, which,
Right.
when we're trying to build this as a career, that adds up over time. But no, it wouldn't have made the end product of the actual film any better.
Yeah, and let's be honest, like our first vision of this wasn't
Hmm.
a full cinematic feature film. It was
It wasn't this
essentially
good.
it wasn't this good.
No.
It was it was literally like, can we slap six forty-eight
Hmm.
hour film festivals together and, you know,
Yep.
just make
Tie it
something.
cohesively and just put it
Right.
out there.
Like there was talks way back that you and I are like, we're going to film it on an iPhone. Like we were
Yeah.
just wanting to film it.
Yep. We just need to get it done. But
And it went from 48-hour film festival style to
yep.
end with an iPhone and friends and neighbors, to then we got Brooke and Edwin, and then we got Dave
Hmm.
Hollis, and then we got Joe Gums, and we got Sonny, and we have Johnny Wilson doing our score and our Foley, and Tamara Johnson in her
Hmm.
4 decades plus long career doing our post mix.
Yeah.
Um, and it's kind of it's kind of the big damn film's way. I mean, the same thing happened with
Yeah.
Browncoats. Was like,
Yep.
we're gonna
Snowballs up.
just it snowballs up. Like, and what's crazy to me is that it is 100% momentum driven,
Hmm.
not like, I don't think anybody here is in it for the credits.
Yeah.
This is, everybody wanted to make the best thing possible, and everybody
Yep.
took their spot very seriously.
Mhm.
and everybody, you know, to Brooke and Edwin and Haley, who had the monster load of dealing with 6 different directors,
Mhm.
6 days in a row.
Yeah.
Um, and every day was different.
Mhm.
Every day was a different vision, and every day like
Yep.
was a different format and style. And you know,
Yep.
we put together an amazing film. They put together a finished product.
Yeah.
Um, I'm
Yep.
forever grateful. And look, every
Absolutely.
single one of our directors put
Mhm.
together a phenomenal story.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and a story that I think I'm still amazed is going to be as cohesive and thematically coherent for being 6 different people as it will end up being.
well, and I think the luck in that is us having the fortuitous notion to keep the same production crew all the
Mhm.
way through.
Yeah.
You know, while our DP is dealing with 6 different directors every day, he's like, these all have to make sense together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like his visual style is throughout the entire thing.
Mhm.
And then Brooke knowing that she is not only just a writer and director on one, but the costumer on the rest can really
Mhm.
like she can know that everything kind of blends together.
Yeah.
And Haley doing makeup, like same thing.
Mhm.
Like she I'm going to say the unsung hero of this project is probably going to be Haley
Mhm.
because of uh, retrospectively, there are things I wish we would have done differently,
Yeah.
just from a makeup's point of view. But
Sure. Makeup and effects, yeah.
none of those changes are her fault. None of those
Mm-mm.
changes are issues with her. Um,
No, no, she pulled a miracle out of a hat and made it look
she
good.
pulled a miracle out of a virtual pile of shit, um, and killed it. Like she has
Yeah.
now, her, Brooke, and you have created a like I and I look. I'm a huge marketer, and I love like the PT Barnum of it all. But like
Sure.
this is a legitimate, true horror icon from day one.
Yep.
Like the only refinements that we're going to do to this are probably
Mhm.
going to be rolling up his sleeves,
Sure.
filming during warmer temperatures,
Thank you.
and maybe maybe a way to make the makeup appliances a little bit faster and easier.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
because it
it.
was about 2 hours in the chair every day.
It was, but hold on. To be fair,
Yeah.
it was 2 hours in the chair. You guys got it
Mhm.
down to about an hour and a half. And actually, you got it down to the point that you were able to do it the last 2 days, right?
So, no, I
Who
couldn't do it myself.
who did your makeup? Or Haley left on Justin's shoot
She
or Joe?
left, yeah, no, Justin's.
Okay.
But what she
Um,
was able to do was she was able to teach me all the touch-ups and everything else, so I was able to keep it looking like it needed to the whole way through.
okay,
But she put it on to start.
got it. But like our proof of concept photos to first day of filming
Yeah.
is a completely different facial prosthetic.
Yep.
Um, our proof of concept shoot, which is the day, but like day
Mhm.
technically day one was the 20th,
Yeah.
which the proof of concept shoot. The next day she came in with a brand like listened to all the notes,
Mhm.
was understandably frustrated, and fixed
Sure.
it
Yeah.
in less than 12 hours.
Yep.
And less than 12 hours, like that's it. That's all that really like everything else from that point on is just like
Yep.
small refinements because you see the arborist for the first time on day one,
Mhm.
and every person that has seen that scene where you see his face for the first time is like,
Yeah.
that's good, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
So to have that turnaround in 12 hours,
Mhm.
12, it's
12.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Uh, what else would I do different? Um, I having a first AD all the way through.
Sure.
That's not Luis's fault. He was intending to come out and then got a job. Like, but
Hey,
again, that happened to us a lot.
happy to work. Yeah.
We had Brett up until a week before, and then he got a gig, and
Yeah.
you know, we got lucky with Dave.
Mhm.
I will say from a behind the camera crew, Brooke has earned her producer credit because Brooke brought us Ed, she
Yeah.
brought us Edwin, or brought us Edwin, she brought us Dave, she brought us Joe
Mhm.
Raffa, who,
Mhm.
did
Both
both
directed and acted.
wrote, directed, and acted
Yep.
back to back. Um, she knocked it out of the park with costumes.
Mhm.
Yeah. And again, she herself directed her first short.
Yeah.
And she and I had this conversation where she was just like, I don't want to look like the first time director. Like I'm the first, she's like, I'm the first story up. I'm worried
Mhm.
about looking like the first time director. And I'm like, I've watched all of the footage. You
Yeah,
can't
no.
tell
Nope.
at all. Can't tell. Uh, what about you? What do you think? And
I
we've gone
think I would
over
have liked,
crew and time and stuff like that.
yeah, I mean, crew and time and stuff. I think I would have liked, if, and again, this is a little bit of if we had more time, but I might have liked to actually spend a little more time living as the character,
Yeah.
like thinking about the intentionality. And I did this to some extent, but just to have more time with it of, how would an arborist walk in the woods? Like, what's the kind of movement? Like, we talked very much that, like, he wasn't as stoic as Jason, but he wasn't as manic as Freddy, but he wasn't
Right.
as, he was his own kind of thing. And I think to take more time and to do, again, living with the gravity of potentially, being this character, to take more time to get to know him and to have some consistency and the feeling and the thoughts and the understanding of how he would move, how he would act, how things would be, and to practice keeping that, I think, in mind as I'm doing all the other things that I'm doing.
I would say from a producer's point of view, what I
Hmm.
wish we could have given you is more time with a stunt coordinator in front of a camera
Hmm.
because and I'm watching the footage back of you going all the way through takes, right?
Sure.
And I can see hesitation.
Hmm.
Like you can and none of this impacts the story, but like
Yeah.
these are
Yeah.
unused takes, so like this is not to diminish like your character is fucking like terrifying.
Yeah.
But like that being comfortable with getting how far the axe is in front of the camera,
Hmm.
um, so you could follow through,
Yeah.
and I know your shoulder was hurting you, but like
Hmm.
and this is a conversation I had with Brooke as we were watching her footage, like the things that don't feel normal but look great,
Hmm.
like following all the way through when you throw the axe,
Yeah.
like it doesn't feel natural, but it looks great. Like
Yeah.
and swinging with your might in front of a camera with the
Hmm.
confidence that you're not going to be anywhere near it because we're using focus to cover the difference.
Right. Near a camera,
Um,
near a person, near anything. Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
Or investing a little bit more time in having multiple of the safety axes
Hmm.
that you could have like really swung at stuff.
Yeah.
Not that you didn't. Like we
Right. 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 I
fuck
still
yeah.
did it with a real one. Yeah.
Right. Uh and for insurance purposes, we only used a real one in one scene.
One.
So when we swing it at people.
Right.
Um the I feel like it's like this is for educational purposes only. Disclaimer. No, but like
Hmm.
the but you killed it. Like honestly, like I remember watching the monitor for the teaser that's coming out tomorrow and
Hmm.
Thanksgiving, which is like 4 days ago by the time you hear this podcast.
Yep.
And just going and I because I get to hear me in the background as I'm watching the
Hmm.
footage, going, okay, Logan, like switch hands. And like this hand switch you do
Hmm.
from your bad shoulder to your good shoulder is the first shot of the teaser.
Yeah.
And then I had this thing of like, uh, when because he's the arborist and he doesn't talk, like he spins the axe
Mhm.
as is like the way to show that he's like thinking about something. And there's this moment between that first hand switch and when you're swinging the and you do the twirl
Mhm.
where you're taking notes and you just clench your fist.
Yeah.
That's the second shot of the teaser. And then the third shot is the spin.
Yeah.
And then the last shot was like I'm like, all right, like take, you know, stand up straight, deep breaths in your chest because it looks different.
Mhm. Sure.
And that's the fourth shot of the teaser.
Mhm.
And I'm like, fuck. Like
Yeah.
in in 2 minutes, watching this character come to life
Mhm.
enough that that sells the movie, enough that that's what we've already given to a couple like influencers and stuff, and they're like, "Bro, this looks good." And I don't use bro, but like, "Bro, this looks good." Uh, yeah, and then that was day one,
That was
and
day
like
1.
day two, and day three, and day
Mhm.
four, and like when you come out of the woods in Justin's,
Mhm.
like I watched it, I'm like, okay, um,
Absolutely, and I think by the time we got to Justin's, I had started to feel like I had found him a little bit.
mhm,
Whereas if I had that more time, I could have found that earlier on.
right.
But yeah, I started to feel more comfortable and a little bit more with it, and yeah, I'm glad that shows finally.
Oh, it shows great.
Yeah.
It shows great. And honestly, the like you've seen Brooks and what we're cutting around.
Oh
Don't need
yeah.
to describe anything. We could have kept going with that, but like it just works better the other way.
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
And what I love about this
Mhm.
is that I'm watching like with the success of Terrifier, and I know we've talked about Terrifier a lot,
A lot. Yep.
but Terrifier is our modern parallel. You know,
Mhm.
we're starting this as an anthology, kind of because of All Hallows Eve. We're
Mhm.
trying to create an iconic character with like the way
Mhm.
he did with Art the Clown. Um, you know, the parallels to the modern stuff and to it's there's no denying it, so why hide from it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the difference being is that everybody's now watching Terrifier and going, we have to go gross out.
Mhm.
We have to go extreme.
Right.
And this to me feels so much like the horror movies that I grew up watching.
Mhm.
Like this to me is like original Nightmare Before Elm Street. This is Friday the 13th part 1. This
Mhm.
is the first Halloween before all the gore got into horror, like back
Yeah.
when it was just fucking scary. Like that's what this is for me.
Mhm.
And like that to me is just I'm glad we went a different direction
Yeah.
than trying to repeat what everybody else is doing.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
you know, and I'm a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan, and this is something that like I have in the back of my mind as a filmmaker.
Mhm.
But like, there's the quote from Alfred Hitchcock of like, "I believe in putting the horror in the minds of the audience, not necessarily on the screen."
Mhm.
Like, no matter how much money we throw at the camera for effects, the
Yeah.
audience's brain is going to make it far worse.
Yep.
You know, and I think there's a place in horror for Terrifier and Saw, but I think
Mhm.
there's a place in horror for Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and Halloween.
Yeah. For certainly.
Um,
Certainly.
so yeah, dude, I'm like, I am like so happy with our movie and it's not even done.
Oh yeah. I'm so excited to see it on the
Um,
screen and to get it out there for everybody like
and let's just
yeah.
kind of like keep addressing the elephant is the room. Like I know
Mhm.
elephant in the room. People want this to be Zcon. There's no fucking way we could do Zcon on this budget or on this like
No, not on this budget, not on this time, and not so soon after a stroke.
I don't know, man. No, I could not have done 7 days back to
I'm
back
not holding your
directing.
beer.
No, man. I
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
I barely held it together for all 7 days.
yeah.
Like I had a full fucking emotional breakdown on uh day
Mm-hmm.
5 after everything was done.
Yep.
Because my fatigue and my time, like everything just kind of hit.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then like, selfishly, the selfish part of me took over a little bit. Like my
Yeah.
day was the worst day for the
Mm-hmm.
crew, hands down. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
had a bad day, including me.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm upset by that, I still stand by, like I said, I'm glad it was mine,
Sure.
you know? Um, and
Mm-hmm.
even with that, in 10 hours, I filmed two, like, and this is the part where a little bit of
Yeah.
distance from that day gives perspective.
Oh, always. Yeah.
Everybody else filmed their short in a day, right? I
Mm-hmm.
filmed two shorts and four interstitials in 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at that footage and I don't see only 10 hours and everybody having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
I look at that footage now with the
Yeah.
mind of an editor going, this is the anchor to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and your daughter is either going to get
Gonna be a
a,
problem.
she's either going to get a lot of praise
Yeah.
or we're going to get a lot of hate mail for what happens. So
Mm-hmm.
I I will say, look, she got put in because she's Kara. Like that girl could literally ask for anything, and there's little
The
that
answer
we
is just
probably would
yes.
say no
It's
to.
fine. Yeah.
Um, I survived a stroke. She survived cancer. We're both doing something for ourselves.
Yep.
Uh, but when you hire your friend's kid,
Mm-hmm.
there's the risk of like, does it look like you hired your friend's kid?
Right.
And this does not look like you hired your friend's kid at
No.
all.
No, it doesn't.
Uh, and oh my, like that ending,
Mm-hmm.
I want people to be as mad as Brooke was.
That was so funny. Oh my God.
Uh,
She still won't let it go.
no, she won't let it go. And I don't,
No.
and that's the thing is I don't, that to me, the minute we got that
Uh-huh.
reaction out of Brooke, I'm like, we have absolutely made the right decision.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, and we won't be spoiling. I think we talked about it in previous, but we won't be spoiling it from now on. But I
Mm.
will say, like, that is either going to get us a lot of like, she's getting hired by other people,
Mm-hmm.
or we're going to get a lot of hate mail,
Yeah.
which I will gladly read online every time we get them
Oh, that
as
would
a
be awesome.
as
Yeah,
a
that'll be a
way
whole
to like,
segment.
yeah, as a way to promote the movie. Like, hey, uh,
Mm-hmm.
douchebag 072 says blah 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 blah. uh, but yeah, so it's watching her performance from the beginning until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Her and Elliot worked well together.
Yeah, they did.
Elliot and you look close enough that she plausibly passes for his daughter.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, like and this is her first acting gig, right? Like not counting like school stuff or anything.
Not even any school stuff.
What this was first?
She doesn't act. She hasn't done anything. She just wanted what she asked for and just said, "Oh, I'll just do everything else along with it." So, oh, no, just nothing. Nothing.
I have directed actors with multiple years of experience that are harder to fucking work with than she was.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
I can't wait till this is done and I can release the
Mhm.
scene at the end where she has the line about the park ranger's a really nice guy,
Mhm.
because you watch her take a note,
Yeah.
go and give a completely different performance.
Oh, yeah, she's
Like
incredible.
seasoned fucking actor. Like
Hmm.
I watch enough behind the scenes that I'm like, that's a seasoned actor. That's
Yeah,
somebody
no,
who's like, okay, I know exactly what I hear you. I know what I'm doing different this time, and it's
yep.
different.
No theater, nothing in school,
No,
nothing anywhere else.
no,
No, like, I want to put on a play for the grandparents at home. None of it. Never. She
not at all.
just asked for what she asked for and said, yes, I'll do everything else that's needed.
Yeah, like if I get to have what I want, I'll do the other things that you want me to do.
Uh huh. Yeah. No, that's it. That's Kara.
That's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Uh, so moving along, we've gone
Hmm.
over kind of like the things we want to improve. We gone over like, look, when we do this the next time, when we make Arbor Day 2 Bad
Hmm.
Boys for Life, like, um,
Or the Arbor Day prequel, the beginning of evil,
no, I want the
or the
prequel to
seed of
be
evil.
like, I want that to be like one of the like three or four. Like, I want people to really want that, and
Okay.
then we give it to them.
Sure.
Because then it changes the voice of the character, right? Like, I want to
It,
get,
it fleshes it out. Yeah.
yeah, it changes his intent. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, like, if you pay attention in this, you may get it, but we don't even deal with it in this one.
No, not as much as we originally talked about, which is really
Nope.
fun. Not
Yes.
even close to as much.
Yeah. Um, but I want to let that breathe for a little bit
Oh
because
yeah.
that means people really want to know.
That's all right. I've been percolating on it anyway, so we may
Good.
have co-writing credits on that one.
I'm good with that. We crow
Cool.
created the character.
Yep.
Um, and I will ring that bell every day of the week. Uh,
Hmm.
I lost my thought, man. I had a stroke brain.
It's all
If you're
right.
watching, if you're watching on YouTube, like you just watched in real time, what I look like when I'm like, oh fuck, the drain gone.
Hmm.
Um, I'm looking at our notes. Yeah. So I think where we're at is
Hmm.
that we're definitely making a second one.
Oh yeah.
The cast and crew all have made different recommendations.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, the cast, excuse me, have made recommendations and suggestions based on their characters.
Hmm.
Um, the crew all want to come back.
Yep.
Um, the joke is that the movie floor will be like in space.
Yeah.
Uh, I think we continue to what like there's an Arbor Day movie that's out there in 1991, and it's cheesy and campy, and it's
Hmm.
it's a great B movie. It's a good
Yeah.
movie for a B
Yeah.
movie.
Fun little thing. Yeah.
Um, I like the idea of turning Arbor Day into a legitimate horror franchise
Yeah. Absolutely.
and going further, and like not
Hmm.
further in the sense of trying to get closer to like Terrifier level gore, but like using, like we've always talked about, using Arbor
Hmm.
Day as a way for you and I to make something, but also like
Yep.
find other people we like to work with. Like I
Yeah.
already have a list of three directors, one first timer and two people we hadn't had to work with before that I
Hmm.
want to do on the second one.
Yeah.
And we've set up a really great formula
Hmm.
for how that can happen.
Yeah.
And Michael Hamilton will have a job with us for life if this continues.
Pretty much.
Uh, he plays our park ranger.
Hmm.
So, by the way, like that man showed up at the 11th hour,
Yeah.
brought a gravitas to the character that was like,
Hmm.
you know, in my, like, we initially had Guy Wellman for that, and Guy would have
Right.
brought something a little bit different, but
Hmm.
along the same lines.
Yeah.
But like, Mike just brought this, like, I've been doing this for years,
Hmm.
and I don't, yeah, I don't want to ruin it. Uh, he made that what could have been
Yeah.
a throwaway character who's just
Hmm.
literally a narrator. I joke around and say that like between him and Elliot, we have a buddy cop movie within our horror. because they worked that well together, and like,
Hmm.
yeah. Anyway, uh, yeah. I mean, I think I know we have the formula,
Yep.
we have the story,
Hmm.
we have different periods in time that we could pull more Arbor days from.
Totally.
Like we literally kept the window, like we didn't do anything past a 10-year window, right? So we didn't go into
Yeah.
like needing vintage
Nope.
cars or anything like that.
Nope. Nope.
Um,
Technically, we don't even know that some of these didn't happen on the same Arbor Day.
Maybe
I could kill a couple people in one night.
we'd have to set up that maybe okay, that's the second one. That's the second one. Is that we do the four rooms with a view where it's the stories are
Mm,
all taking place on the same Arbor Day night, and maybe that's
yes.
the story, and that
Ooh.
they're, we find the overlap of like character from story A appears in story B, character from
Hmm.
story B appears in D. There, okay, now we've just
Now
outlined
we
what
just
the
outlined
sequel.
the second movie. Yep, that's the sequel. Because then we could do it with those, the smaller group of directors,
Uh
within
huh.
you still kind of tying it all together. And
Yeah.
and yeah, that would done. Okay, there's the second movie.
Yeah. Um. Yep. There it is.
And everybody, this is how big damn films works.
When you have a good idea, you ride that bitch to the ground.
Just run it into the ground. Yep,
Yep. All right. So it is the day before Thanksgiving when we're
it
recording
is.
this. Our teaser trailer drops tomorrow,
Dun,
and
dun,
the marketing
dun.
plan. The marketing plan. By the way, happy December 1st when you're hearing this. The marketing plan is as follows: every
Mm-hmm.
holiday going forward will be something new.
Yep.
So for Christmas, we'll do another teaser that's a little bit more fleshed out.
Mm-hmm.
On New Year's Day, we'll do the Arborist reveal because that'll make sense after you see the teaser. On Groundhog's Day, like we recorded a bunch of interviews with our cast and
Mm-hmm.
crew, so we'll do something with that. On Valentine's Day will be our first official teaser or first official trailer.
Trailer. Yep.
Um, on St. Patrick's Day, our trailer two. On Easter Sunday, our premiere countdown begins because it'll be 30 days before our Arbor Day premiere at Kevin
Mm-hmm.
Smith's Smod Castle Theater.
Locked and loaded,
Um,
ready to go.
yeah, so we're looking at it's November, December, January, February, March, 6 months.
Yep.
We are at the 6 month window.
6 months.
Uh, that's 6 months, and it's all on my shoulders because I'm the one editing, and it's wonderful. Uh, but we also have some stuff that you and I have been talking quietly in the background about how we're
Mm-hmm.
going to push it out a little bit further. Um, I don't know if I'm going to keep that in at the beginning. That might be
Okay.
the Patreon
An exclusive.
teaser. But no, I mean the our intent has always been we have a 1 year calendar window
Mm-hmm.
from um, premiere to anniversary,
Yep.
and we'll do provided our relationship with Smod Castle goes well and everything goes
Mm-hmm.
well in the premiere,
True.
we'll do the anniversary showing a year later at the same location.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Other note is Justin Daniels' band Solus is
Mm-hmm.
donating, not doing, giving two songs
Oh, awesome.
to Arbor Day, which
Mm-hmm.
I think means, Logan, we can put an LP up.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I like what Johnny Williams or Wilson. John, I keep saying Williams. I keep hearing Williams in my brain, and I'm like, it's so good. It reminds me of like something Star Wars or
Mm,
Raiders level. Johnny Wilson, our composer, is doing, and I want an LP like of our own thing,
yes.
um, which will include Justin's two songs.
Yep.
Uh, we're gonna do because we shot in 8K. We could
Mm-hmm.
have versions of this for every time, like stuff upgrades. Like we're
Yep.
already at, we could do DVD level at 720. We're already
Mm-hmm.
at standard HDMI or
Mm-hmm.
standard HD at 1920 by 1080. We've got 4K, so we
Yep.
can do 4K discs. We filmed at 8K, so technically we could do an IMAX release if we wanted
Mm-hmm.
to. Um, yeah, I mean, this is,
Yeah.
if we're not successful with this, then it's our fault.
Pretty much.
Um, yeah, thoughts?
Excitement. Just pure excitement. Ready to go. Um, it's it's a long time, but I know it's gonna feel like it's gonna go real quick.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a moment right now. If you're listening to the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
uh, this is where we're going to say, if you're not a podcast, or no, sorry, if you're not a
Patriot.
Patreon supporter, you're going to miss out. So, Patreon supporters, you get to hear something new starting right now. Uh,
Hey, podcast listener, if you're hearing this, you're only getting part of the story. Our Patreon members get exclusive early access to live recordings, bonus content, and the full, unedited version of this podcast. Join us at patreon.com/bigdamnfilms and be part of the Big Damn story. Now back to the show.
so, as our Patreon supporters, you guys are going to get a lot of the stuff behind the scenes as we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about this. We'll be sharing all of the marketing stuff with you guys, like well before anybody else gets it. It'll only be uploaded behind our paywall. So if you are not a paid member of our Patreon, it's $3 a month. Like you probably spend that somewhere in the couch. Uh,
Just for a coffee in DC at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks
right,
is either 4.29 or 4.39
right.
for
Like if I
one
go
freaking coffee in
right,
DC.
so it's a quarter of a trip to McDonald's.
Yeah, seriously.
It is cheaper than renting a movie on Amazon. Uh,
Just about, yeah.
yeah, and by doing that, you guys not only like help keep the podcast and everything running, but you get to see pretty much good 60% of our behind the scenes content that's going to be on the DVD well before the
Mm-hmm.
DVD is ever made. Um, that being said, speaking of DVDs, I think I mentioned this at the beginning, but the
Yep.
Fright Before Christmas 2 Blu-rays and DVDs are out of pre-order, so they're the full price. As a
Mm-hmm.
Patreon member, you still have your monthly discount. So that's a reminder. If you're looking for holiday gifts and you know somebody likes weird horror, use your Patreon monthly discount to buy anything on the store.
There you go.
Or, get a big damn merch. We
Mm-hmm.
have our coffee mugs, we have our shirts. We're still trying to find a good hat vendor.
Mm.
Um, but as a Patreon supporter, every month you get a brand new exclusive discount code. Use it. If I remember correctly, those do compound with the regular discount codes that we have.
Ooh.
Uh, and Logan, you're good with doing a Black Friday, Cyber Monday digital sale
Sure.
online, right? All right, we're doing
Absolutely.
it. Great. So 25% off this month. You're hearing it here after
Perfect.
Cyber Monday. Everybody
Nice.
will get an email. But yeah,
Yeah.
so uh, with that said, we're back to the regular podcast. So again, if you're not a joint of our paid Patreon membership, you are missing out because you just heard a lot of plans and details
Mm-hmm.
that you're only going to hear as a Patreon member.
True.
Um, what else do we want to go over?
Um, what else? I mean,
Do you want to watch that teaser again?
we could watch the teaser. We do need to give some updates on some other projects.
Sure. Well, we can't. What's the?
Um,
I just remembered
well,
we're already out
we
of
do.
the Patreon piece, so we don't have to
We're
show the
out of the
teaser.
Patreon piece. So, by the time this episode airs, Fright Before Christmas 2 pre-orders will
Mhm.
have stopped, and hopefully we'll be starting shipping.
Yeah. Had a little bit of a technical hiccup that we're
Hmm.
working with the manufacturer on. But honestly,
Yep, it's on its way.
yeah, Disc Makers is a
And
great partner for us on that. So
they
they're wonderful.
really are. Um, and look, any partner that's willing to be like, yeah, just come to our warehouse and pick it up, as opposed to having to deal with the shipping,
Yeah.
A1 in my book.
Oh yeah. And the best part is they always refund the shipping. They're like, yeah, sure, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Like the amount of times that when we first started working with them, they're like, "Are you sure you really want to come pick it up?" I'm like,
Hmm.
"Do you mean do I want to drive an hour and a half round trip to save $40 and 5 days? Yes, yes, I do. Because that means we can ship this out faster instead of
Yep.
waiting for them to put it on a truck and hope that UPS brings it on time and hope there's no delays. Like I can go
Or
out, walk
damage.
in,
Yeah.
or damage. I can walk right into the warehouse. I meet the team
Hmm.
over there. I get the nerdy thing of like looking at the disc before anybody else.
Yep.
Uh, and then put it in my car, go home, and before I'm even in the door, I'm probably packaging them up in the car, going to the mailbox
Hmm.
or post office.
It's perfect.
Um, yeah. And look, when we start doing large quantity shipments, sure, we're going to have them shipped because we don't have a
Oh,
passenger
yeah,
van. But
yeah.
for now, when we're filling the orders that we can fill, like
Hmm.
I think Arbor Day will be our first big problem to
I think
deal
it
with.
probably will.
All right, continuing on projects. I got
Yeah.
derailed by talking about our great partners,
Rifters.
Rifters. So stoked that is definitely coming out next year.
Yep. Whether kicking and screaming, however we have to get it done, it's getting out.
Oh my god, we had
Um,
to say. I was looking back at last year's notes for the podcast. We were having this
yeah,
conversation, but I can honestly say, it's coming out next year.
yeah, yeah. Even if it's like the silent version, like we're gonna release something.
No, the silent movie version of Rifters.
Yes,
We just
the
put
silent movie
ti-
version of Rifters. We're
title
gonna throw
cards up.
title cards and subtitles, and we're just gonna say,
Yeah.
I think we could convince Johnny to do that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, yeah. Um,
Oh man.
but yeah, so we've got some new music. We've got some final tracks coming in. We've got some conversations and some, I think, artistic details to work through. And but we have all the pieces, which I
Yeah.
think is more than we can say from last year this time. So we've got all the pieces. We're gonna get them put together and get it out because Rifters needs to make its way into the world.
Man, Rifters definitely, like, I'm looking back. Rifters was supposed to be one of our first ones
It was.
with John, along with Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't even want to talk about Knight and Shark yet. Uh,
Knight and Shark are, yeah.
but what is also coming out next year, and I think possibly in time for the movie,
Mm-hmm.
is the Root of Evil documentary about the book that
Oh,
inspired the movie,
that's right.
and uh, the documentary about the Abbott House.
Mm-hmm.
And news to Logan, I secured an interview with one of the former owners of the Abbott House
Oh,
and their
awesome.
daughter who lived there when they were a kid.
Nice.
So our little our slate of
Mm-hmm.
documentaries, I think we'll do the Root of Evil documentary
Mm-hmm.
about the book that inspired Arbor Day, and then we'll do for the fall, closer to Halloween, the Abbott House
Mm-hmm.
documentary. Because we've
Do
gotten,
we,
go ahead.
ooh, I was saying, do we expand Edwin's time out in March?
Well, he's going to be there for a weekend, and we only need him for like an hour's worth of filming.
Well, we probably need more than an hour for 2 documentaries.
Well, no. Initially, we were talking about bringing him back out for
Just pickups.
those pickups, and like that's
Yeah,
like you guys did
that's
that,
an
and
hour.
yeah. Um, so if we're
Yeah,
going to have him out for the weekend, let's knock out 2 documentaries in a day and over the weekend,
absolutely.
because it's really just like
Absolutely.
10 minutes of interviews,
Mm-hmm.
talking heads, lock the camera down.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, this is great.
This is great. Cool.
We're gonna put that whole conversation behind a Patreon paywall too.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe.
yeah, no, but I mean, in all honesty, we've got tons of B-roll footage
Mm-hmm.
of Maze Landing. We've already got the Historic Society says whenever we want to film Justin and Penelope as locals, we'll talk
Mm-hmm.
about it. We've got the Abbott House people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, we have a plethora of content
Yeah.
that we could, and not to say that this is going to be lesser quality, but like with what we filmed for the proof of concept, not the proof of concept, for Arbor Day,
Mm-hmm.
and the color correction package I have on it,
Right.
and with a little polished audio, that still looks better than 90% of the Tubi stuff that's out there.
There you go.
So, yeah, we can knock those out pretty quickly because Arbor Day will
Yep.
be finished,
Yeah.
and all I have to do is like insert 3 scenes
Love it.
that are yeah. So, big damn film slate for next year is Arbor Day: The Root of Evil, uh, Rifters, documentary or two,
Mm-hmm.
and then Hell or High Water, at least one more John Johnson movie,
At least.
at least.
I'm gonna be pushing for a couple.
Yeah, but going back
I know.
to
I
listening to
know.
last year's, I'm just happy we
I
have
know.
two.
Yes. For
I
sure.
think Fright Before Christmas 3 will probably be done by then.
Yep.
So that'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
oh,
the plan would be to have that one out next Christmas. So.
also non-Patreon worthy news is that Film Hub has confirmed The Jester is now available for streaming on Relay, the new app.
Awesome. Okay.
So you can, if you're familiar with Relay, you can watch The Jester and Fright Before Christmas 1. Fright Before Christmas 2 is still in review with
Okay.
the company.
All right. Yeah.
So that's
Jester was
super
a good
exciting.
one. I'm glad that finally got picked up.
Yeah. I also sent it to like a couple other places that are outside of that aggregate.
Mm-hmm.
So there you
Mm-hmm.
go. And that being said, I think this is a good place to wrap up.
I think so. We've had a long and winding conversation, and I think
Welcome to
we
Stroke Break.
well, welcome to how Big Dam's Films does stuff.
Yeah.
We just go and then we do, and it's great.
And we make a whole new movie right along. You listen
Yeah,
to it 2
yeah.
years
You
from
listen to it.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Arbor Day 2 is coming out. You already know the plot.
Yep, we just talked through it all. It was awesome. But hey, that's how Arbor Day 1 started, so why not keep the train rolling?
Exactly.
And as always, huge shout out to DJ Zafer for creating all of our theme music. And that's the episode of the Big Damn Podcast.
All right, but before we go, we're going to give a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters. So again, you mentioned if you are a paid supporter, you could have heard content you didn't hear.
Mm-hmm.
But we give a big shout out to our amazing partners and sponsors, not sponsors, supporters on Patreon. Amy Hassa and Bill Farrow at the Big Dem Hoodie tier, which is our highest tier. Ashley, Lauren Budd, Stephen Woods, John Hina, and Samuel, the Big Damn High Five tier. And last but not least, to our free tier supporters, our newest free tier supporter, Nicole Vaughn, who is our lovely makeup artist, Haley Vaughn's mom. Scott Reed, Victoria McBride, Catherine Hodder, and Steelheart, which still wins for the best name of a Patreon supporter. Thank you guys for keeping the podcast lights on.
If you want to join the crew, help us keep making indie film magic, head over to Patreon, pick a tier that feels right for you. Like we talked about earlier, even the littlest bit goes a long way, and it's cheaper than a coffee in DC. So there you go. Make sure you're subscribed to the show. Follow us on socials, all the good stuff, the likes, the follows, the bells, all the things. And keep an eye out for even more behind the scenes peeks at what's coming next.
And thanks again. As always, keep telling your big damn story.